today?
I thought we were disruptive. I thought we came with a level of physicality. Anytime you can keep a team in this league to under 20 points in quarters, I mean, that's important. They didn't get a lot of clean catch and looks. Look, it wasn't perfect, but we played through our deficiencies. We played through our lapses in coverage. We played through mismatches, and we played with multiple levels of effort, and that's what it takes.
Defensive end to that end, what did you think you guys did very well in your own specific defense at the basket? What did you like today?
Just being super aware. I think throughout the entire game, we were communicating about what we saw, what we see, who needed to pull over, and also just, like Coach said, making them feel us, make them think about our pressure versus the play that they want to run.
Okay. This is for Caitlin. Triple-double today. Not the first one in your career, but you had 4 blocks out there. That's more than you ever had in college. Matches your WNBA career high. Felt like you were channeling the spirit of Gabby Marshall out there with the blocks. Is that a part of your game that you've been working on the postseason? Are we going to see more blocks out of you as your career rolls on?
Not really something you can work on. I don't know. I felt like I had active hands. I had some pokes when our post players were playing good defense, and coaching staff has just challenged me to try to be a better defender every single practice and just getting better in that area. I still feel like there's a lot of room for me to improve. I don't think any of those blocks were too obvious. You look at the stat sheet and it's like, oh, wow, 4. But, you can get your hand on there and help your teammate out. It makes the world of a difference. So, yeah.
Caitlin and Aaliyah, can you kind of go through the little issue there, what happened when you got the flagrant, Aaliyah, you got a technical. What kind of happened there?
AB got the tech?
I know. Wait, what?
I got the tech?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
well, first of
no.
all,
I know.
Let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching the initial whatever happened during the play and then whatever happened after. We watch a lot of basketball. It's a take foul to put them at the free throw line or rather give up 2 points. I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. That's exactly what it was. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So, yes, it wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. It shouldn't have been upgraded. But, again, that's up to the ref's discretion. But I appreciate AB having my back, I guess. I don't even know what she did. I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, girl.
Have fun paying that fine.
Can I get half? Can you send me a
I got it.
Oh,
Don't worry.
perfect.
I wonder if you could just talk about in some ways, though, plays like that sort of show how tight bonded your team is, because then you immediately were down. It didn't disrupt your offense at all. You just immediately went down and were doing what you were doing the rest of the game.
Yeah, look, nobody's going to get anything easy against us. We're going to be a tough defensive team. I thought it was a clear play on the ball as well. One of the points of emphasis for us is we can't give up and ones. Like, we can't give up and ones. So if you're going to feel us. But I thought it was a good play on the ball. And I am proud of this group. Look, we have a lot of young players, and we have a lot of veterans. And understanding, moments where we have opportunities to grow from a mental toughness standpoint, from an execution standpoint. And I felt like that was a moment where we came together and we used that to propel us.
For Caitlin and Aaliyah, all the hype leading into the game, everybody asking your thoughts, season starting and all that. You finally got one in the books, and you won by a lot. How good does that feel right now?
Feels pretty great. But I think, like what we talked about in the locker room, is don't get comfortable. This is a great first win, but we have 43 more games to go. And so for us, it's just about making sure that we lock in, we rewatch the game, look at what we need to work on, get in the gym, and continue to work.
Steph, in terms of defense, as you go into this game, what were you looking at to evaluate where the defense, the status of where it was in particular?
Yeah, I think continuing to grow in our execution of coverage, continuing to grow in the versatility that we can use from a coverage standpoint, and then finishing plays. We have not been a very good defensive rebounding team in the preseason. They got 13 offensive rebounds, but we didn't allow them to convert on a lot of those. We kept playing through it. They're a great offensive rebounding team, and Angel Reese is probably the best offensive rebounder in the game. So she's going to be tough to keep off the glass. But I felt like our energy, our effort, our attention to detail wasn't always there. But when you play with multiple levels of effort, you can cover up for a lot of that. And I felt like we did that. And we did that, 10 deep, 11 deep, however many we played, 10 deep. Math is not my strong suit.
front here, and then we'll go to the back.
Coach, 4 players with at least 15 points. You had 5 players with between 10 and 13 shots. Just what did you think about the balance offensively?
I thought it was really good. I think when we're going to be at our best, you're going to see like 7 or 8 in double figures nightly. I think we have a group that's much like the Pacers. We've got a lot of great balance. That's going to make us tough to guard. It's going to make us a tough matchup. As we continue to grow in attacking matchups and in finding the right shot or letting the ball find the right shot, those shots will become easier. We've got players who are used to making tough shots. We want to allow them to make easy ones.
Triple double, you guys tied the second most margin of victory in Fever franchise history. I know it's game 1, but what does a game like this say to the rest of the league? How does it set up for the season?
Yeah, I think we're just focused on ourselves. You prepare every single night. I think that's the great thing about this league. And also, you play, and then you have a day, and then you play again, and then you have a day, and you play again. You have to be able to flush things really fast. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. You just got to stay right in the middle. So that's going to be the challenge for our group. Build from it, appreciate how we came out here and really played and competed tonight. But also, I felt like, I know we put up 93 points and still won by 30, but I felt like there was a lot of ways for us to still improve. And that's what's exciting, too. And I think everybody's still hungry to go back to work and get better.
Caitlin, obviously in the offseason you got asked a lot about the additions, but seeing it out there on the court, I saw a lot of full court outlet passes, DB obviously where she moved up to in the scoring ranks. What was the biggest difference you saw with Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bowner, and everybody else you had out there?
Yeah, I think we're still finding our chemistry together. It doesn't feel perfect out there yet. I think we're still continuing to grow when we don't have things in transition. How can we flow a little bit better? How can we set our teammates up for success in the half court? But, we just have so many weapons, and that's what's so fun. It's like you swing it to the other side, okay? You got DB, you got Kels. On the other side, you got Tosh, you got AB. There's just so many options for us to go to, and I think just continuing to learn how to put our teammates in positions to be successful is what's really going to make us a great team.
That's super special. Third on the scoring list. That's not a lot of people can say that's their spot right now. And so for us, it's super exciting. I think DB is such a light and such a positive leader for us in the locker room. And so to be able to see that and celebrate with her on the court was special. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to
the last 3 words
the
to
mic.
go.
Hope you guys heard that.
I think, DB is somebody that, is a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person, a great leader. The strongest voice in our locker room is hers. And it's fun to have been around here now for about a month just to get to learn from her and soak it in. And I'm really happy she got to do it at the free throw line and all the fans could go crazy and cheer for her because she certainly deserved that moment. And it was really awesome to see and be a part of.